Welcome everybody to the Houston Alexander podcast. In the building, I have my man Lynn Harrington in the building. What's good with you, man?
What's good, man? Thanks for having me on. Glad to be here.
Yeah, no problem. And on the other side of the room, the beautiful
Katie Rain.
Katie Rain. It was happening.
What's up?
Like, what's up? Now, again, I love to bring people in that are doing things in our community that are different from what others are doing. And we're all doing the same thing as a collective.
Right.
But it's certain individuals that stand out.
Right.
Okay, so starting with you, Lynn, what the hell do you do?
Well, I'm a college football reporter, but I'm open to all sports. I just started with a dream, and started my own website, StayAliveAndPower5.com.
Now, hold on, a lot of people don't get into reporting. You know that, right?
Right. But it's,
so what influenced you?
Well, I got a journalism background. I got my bachelor's degree.
You went to
from
school?
UNO. Oh yeah, went to school, man. A little while ago, got a little degree, in journalism, and always had a passion for sports, particularly college football. And just took it to the next level when I decided just to do things on my own, and instead of trying to get in through like these big media organizations, it's like I just decided to do it myself, and I worked my organization from the ground up.
But it was kind of crazy is that when you get out of high school, did you decide, hey, I want to be a sports reporter? Well, that's something that you decided when coming to high school?
Yes. Well, I mean, when I was at Benson, that's the high school I went to. That's my alma mater.
You can't be a tough bunny.
A bunny,
yeah,
man.
Hey, tough bunny.
Bunny made, But yeah, like I wrote for the yearbook when I was a senior in high school and covered the football team. So like, the passion was always there.
You was already on the path.
I was already on the path.
Okay.
But after that, just went through, living life. My journalism career stayed dormant for a while. Just was out here. Kind of struggled to get a journalism job. But like I said,
was you in the process of even trying to find your voice? Coming out of high school?
Back then, I don't think I had the support system, that I have
really
now
and
the resources. So I just capitalized on that and networked my way up and just got everything together that I needed. And when it came time to put my own imprint on things, I had like the fundage.
Okay.
I had a good woman behind me, that just believed in my vision and my dream, and I got.
But did you have that scholarship opportunity when you got out of high school?
No,
or did
poor African American. My parents, they didn't really have nothing. I got financial aid. Hey, I got the financial aid and it paid my way through school. I thank God I didn't take out no loans. I had nothing to pay back, but just got grants. And took advantage of that and worked my way the 4.5 years and got my degree. Actually,
but here's another thing about that. Let me pause you real quick because a lot of people don't know that there are a lot of educational opportunities out there that you need to go search for, right?
Right.
And is that what you did?
I just got the Pell Grant. I don't know.
You got that?
Hey, the financial aid
Everybody know about that Pell Grant.
Hey, the Pell Grant. Hey, gave me $2,000 pay for my tuition, and I had spending money on books. So it took care of a lot of things. And I got the university grant. I remember that.
Where'd you go to college?
I went to UNO, University of Nebraska at Omaha, right up the street, man. That's my alma mater, the Mavericks.
Okay, I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad. That's what Tupac said. So, but we got to find out. I'm assuming she might be a bunny too. Katie Rain, are you a bunny? Are you a bunny?
Yeah. Trying to get that bunny.
All right. Hey, okay.
Hold on. She tried to get the bunny dad.
Oh yeah.
You didn't give it to her. Go ahead. Go ahead. Give it to him. Go ahead. Give it. Okay. We got the bunny dad, but y'all both got a V up though. Vikings.
Oh yeah.
That
was a great rivalry.
My mom was a Viking.
Oh, you should have been a Viking.
Yeah. I dated somebody in high school for a little bit that was a Viking. Yeah.
All right. Well, now what exactly, Katie, do you do in our community? Because I see you on the internet all the time. I see you in different little corners of the city all the time, and you're just always sitting there involved in everything. So how does that work that you're at all these different places and nobody know what the hell you're doing? You're gonna answer that question right now. What do you do, Katie?
Okay, so I like that you just brought that up.
Yeah.
Like nobody
But
kind
that's
of
serious.
knows
That's
what I'm
serious.
doing.
No, they're like, what the hell? Who the cute girl in the background? What is she doing? What
But
do
you know,
do?
but you know, I'm doing a lot though, right?
Okay. All right.
Okay.
What do you do?
So what I do is I've been doing everything that I do.
Okay. And
for
what's
years,
that?
right? Okay.
Yeah. What's
so
that?
I'm a professional model.
Okay.
Okay. I'm an event
You
designer.
about
and an event
7 foot
planner.
tall. You about 7 foot, right?
With my heels on. But yeah, so I'm also a sacred woman and a healer. I've always known that since I was a child.
Okay.
Now that I'm a woman, I embrace that.
Hold on. What does that mean? To
what
be
does that
you?
mean?
Yeah. What does that mean?
I'm glad you asked that too. So basically, that's just my essence, right? But I pull that in together with everything I do. And I don't know if like you're familiar with Queen Afua.
I'm not familiar with now. Who is she? Who is she?
So she guides women to basically heal themselves so they could outwardly project that, and that could be felt.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes any sense.
No, I completely understand it, and if it has anything to do with the essence of a person,
Exactly.
right? So I can
Like
completely
even
understand
on my
that
website, I don't say about me. I have essence.
because everyone has this essence
Right.
that either drives them
Right.
or makes them the person who they are, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you kind of elaborate on that even more so, right?
Right. So, like, basically, to sum it all together, let me start here.
Mm-hmm.
My family has owned a funeral home on both sides. So I've always seen that. And like I said, I've always known I was like this healer and sacred woman since I was a child. And that
that's deep
led
to
me-
know that
I
even
know.
as a child, you have this inner, there's something about you
Right.
that you
So-
can't explain.
Exactly. And so it's kind of been like a long time coming.
Mm-hmm.
It's very deliberate what I am doing. And then anyways, so let me let me go back to what I was saying.
Real. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's funeral homes on both sides of my family. Here in particular is
Mm-hmm.
the Thomas Funeral Home. And then that lineage goes way back to we were the first black homesteaders in Aurora, Nebraska. And so that
So
goes
you're part
back
of
to
that
my
family.
healing.
That's, wow, that's
So
crazy.
I have to kind of like knowing who I am, I have to make sure that I stick with that path, if that makes any sense. So it might not make sense to other people,
Mhm.
but I've always like the gardening and all that doesn't come from nowhere.
But hold on, this is a family heritage. You're
Right,
saying
it's in
that
my
you have
bloodline.
to make sure
It's
that
in my
you
DNA.
it's in your
and then
DNA.
I'm Katie, and then I'm Katie Lorraine. So that comes from both of my female, is it called matriarchs of our families?
Okay.
Like Lorraine comes from my grandma, and then Katie comes from my great grandma.
Okay.
So that's not done on accident.
Yeah.
Nothing's done on accident. So
Everyone
basically-
knows Thomas Funeral Home.
Right.
And what's the other funeral home? What's the other one?
Myers.
No. That's in Omaha. My other funeral home is in the South.
Okay.
So that's on my mom's side of the family. Like that's in Florida.
Okay.
That's her
Boy,
dad.
That's crazy. Wow.
Right.
So-
So I have a very spiritual connection. And like people see death.
I'm
as
gonna ask it.
something-
Hold on. I'm gonna ask it.
Yeah.
Have you
gotta
seen a
be
dead body? Have you seen a dead body?
You've seen a dead body.
I've seen. Okay, but no. Have you ever seen the whole situation with the embalming? And have you seen that up close and personal? Come on now. Come on now. Have you seen it? I'm asking because I know people are asking. Ask her the question. Ask her the
Right.
question. Have you seen it?
Well, the thing is, I strategically would maybe want to be a funeral director.
Okay,
someday.
but no.
So
Have you seen it? Okay, up close and personal. Come on, growing up especially in in that family.
I've seen the process.
You've
bits
seen
and
the process.
pieces of what it takes to hold that service, and that's very important for families. in
That
our
is very
community.
important. That's why I asked.
And it's an event. That's kind of how I became an event planner. That was a seed planted inside of me. That's an event just like any other event I host that you've been at before.
Exactly.
But funerals are an event too, and that's the service if you will.
But it's
leading
spiritual,
right?
It's all in what you opened up your statement with, right?
Yeah. So, anyways, that's where the event planning part comes from, as well as my grandparents. I used to always like marry them with my brother. Like, it just was fun to us. Like, we would do like a ceremony, like get the Bible out, and I don't know what we were doing. Like, it was our imagination. I know, right? Okay. Anyways, so we would like do that all the time, and we were inspired by their like 50th wedding anniversary. Like, that was really cool to us to see that before our eyes happen or whatever. So that's where that came. And then when I was in college, I wrote my whole business plan as an event planner.
Where'd you go to college?
University of Nebraska, Lincoln.
Okay. Somewhere in Nebraska.
Right.
Both you guys went to some place in Nebraska, which is really cool.
It's cheaper.
Okay.
Hey, all right.
The place I got was probably Metro. Okay, all right.
That's okay though.
But again,
like,
from there you went.
Right.
Yeah.
From there I went to Oxford in China. Right. I'm like, I'm a super nerd. That's what I'm saying. It all makes sense to me, and it's about to all make
Oxford.
sense.
Now, where's Oxford again? Where's Oxford?
England.
What? You went to England for school?
Yes.
Wow. All right. Why did you go to Oxford in England?
I went to Oxford in England because basically economics was very challenging. I have my business degree, and so you have to have like upper level
from UNL though. All right, and so you went to Oxford.
Right. And so I got my economics background from Oxford in China. And so that taught me world economics. And I was like, oh, y'all teaching the wrong person. Because
hold up, Lynn. How'd you end up in China?
How did I end up in China?
Yeah, how did you end up in China?
I went for the opportunity. And everybody was telling me no. And like, it was kind of weird because like my mom supported it. Like, especially like financially. My dad, he supported my whole college career.
Well, your family's in education too, right? Yeah. So hey, they like, hey, you need to go get that.
Right.
But
at the same time, it was like nobody has ever gone overseas to do it, and it was scary.
In your family? Okay.
And it was like a scary thing. Like, wait a minute, but because I'm the baby too, so it's like,
man,
I'm like, I was kind of like guarded, like, okay, and like I've always been an out there person. I've always questioned everything. And I just was very adamant that this was part of my path. Okay. As well as like exploring the world. And I've always like thought outside of the box. And I just had a great need to do all that traveling. And then
I suggest to a lot of young people, especially coming out of high school, you have to travel.
Right.
You know, you got to go past 72nd, whether it be east or west. Right, Len? You have to travel. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's what both you guys did, right?
Oh yeah.
And you have to travel. So from China, where to go from there? God, how did you end up back in Omaha?
Internship in China.
Yeah, okay. How did you end up back in Omaha? You went how you end up back in Omaha? How did you? Come on now.
I get it now, but like I've asked myself that over and over, like, why am I still here? And like I've explored.
But we need our people. We need people.
Thank you.
That we need people like that here. So, because a lot of people leave,
right?
And we need, women like yourself who've traveled and who's gotten educated outside of Omaha to bring that essence back.
And I really see that and feel that in Omaha. So. Obviously, we started talking about the funeral home, the Thomas Funeral Home. I have a vested interest. Like, I live in the hood. And I was born in, like, in North Omaha. Let me say North Omaha. Let me not say hood. But, yeah. So, I have a very vested interest. And people might not realize that. They might, like, think something else. But, yeah. I'm from the heart of North Omaha, and so that does something to me. And then even like with Malcolm X, being from within the area, like it just is something that always drew me in. But at the same time, I'm like, dang, this shit is fucked up. Like that we do live in, and it's like, that's even like kind of played out in my life.
Is it harder for you guys to stay here in Omaha when there's so many opportunities, whether it be reporting or when we're trying to find out what you're doing here. Well,
and then that's funny because like even how people question it here is not questionable to the out. Like I have international projects. It's not questionable to them, but it's questionable to my city. And so what I'm doing now is
you have
like
home. It's home base,
right?
This is home
and
base.
Even like how we're talking about, I'm off of social media. Like I get that now. And like I'm 30. I've been doing this for a while, and it's like I really finally get that I need to be able to translate that story to my home.
I think we got introduced to at one of your events, the beat
battle. I'm actually bringing that back.
Yeah, we actually met at the beat battle.
Right.
You know, and again before that, I saw you at different other events.
And I've always known you, like
Yeah, but I do. I've been doing a lot of stuff in the community as well. But to see different people doing stuff in the community is I always saw your face, and every once in a while I would see your face.
Definitely, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So again, but I'm sure right now we're gonna see more of your face with what you're doing, right?
Right.
So now let's wrap this up by asking you, what are some of the things you're doing now after getting that education, after having that heritage here in Omaha with Thomas Funeral Home being related to those people. What are you doing now for the community and for yourself?
Yeah. So what I'm specifically doing now is just taking on that legacy and making sure that I, make that be known. And like I said, I'm honing that in so my city knows what I'm doing. Like I said, everybody else knows. And even people in the city, like, I don't know how to explain, like the Joslyn, UNL, UNO, the Bemis Center, like they'll invite me.
So you're always doing something that has something to do with education,
right?
And so it has something to do with the betterment of people.
And
correct?
So what I'm doing now is Arts Expo. I've been doing the Arts Expo for a couple years now. I actually started that when I was the program director at the Love Jazz Art Center. But that's bringing in who I am, design, fashion, artists, and that's the Arts Expo, giving them a platform. And
so you
shout
do
out
art?
to Chasing Luxury. I do that with Chasing Luxury. So we're bringing back that series. Okay. And then we're bringing back my own show.
Again, you have to explain. If you're going to talk about it, explain. Yeah, no. But you're like Changing Luxury. What's that?
Chasing Luxury is a brand.
Okay.
And he is basically a designer and his own brand, and he's an entrepreneur just like me. Okay. But he got the bigger picture. Like we've known each other for years.
So you're doing stuff with him, and what else? What other things are you doing?
And then it's called the Glam Squad and my own show.
Okay.
And then I'm bringing back
has
the
something to do with modeling,
beat
correct?
Battle.
Okay.
And then I'm bringing back the OMA beat battle, which you're going to be a judge of.
And what's that? What's that again? What's that?
So that's again bringing the platform of me being an event designer, an event planner.
Okay. But what are you going to do with what is the beat battle?
Of the OMA beat battle is a platform for producers to showcase what they're doing. Not only showcase what they're doing, but showcase it to the city. It's an energy that is brought together, and then that brings them outside of the city.
That's kind of cool.
I partnered with Ice Standard, so there's a package with them, and they get like also a money package too. So first, second, third winner.
Because you hear of MC battles, you hear of b-boy battles, you hear those type of battles, but you never hear about a beat battle.
Right.
So
those are iconic, dog. We've done 3 of them. You've been at all 3.
Yeah, no, they've been dope. They've been really dope.
I've just been trying to find like the vibe again, because the House of Loom. It was at the House of Loom. Yeah. And that was like the perfect vibe.
But being down at the Culture House, I've been down to the Culture House a couple of times.
That's actually who I'm.
That would be a perfect place to do something like that.
That's
the Culture House and Marcy Yates, those guys that are doing stuff over there right now. There really is an essence there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Period.
So there is so I advise anyone that's out there even watching this podcast to go down to the Culture House, and it's right down the neighborhood, right off of 24th Street. And that's where you should do your next beat battle.
Right.
All right. And all your other events.
Right.
So
actually, that's where I did my last Arts Expo at. So yeah.
So you
I
just
agree
been
wholeheartedly.
Yeah. So you just been doing a lot of events in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
And what are you doing? Because I heard you were doing stuff with the kids too.
Right.
What are you doing with the kids?
So my own show. That's what my own show is. It's kind of like Arts Expo, but basically what my own show is, we bring in the kids and we talk to them about the importance of education, the importance of being creative, the importance of your confidence, and then we basically create these projects through fashion, and through art, and then through expressing themselves, and they get to showcase it at a First Friday. So that's why it's called my own show. It's a collective show, but it gives them it gives them a foundation. Right. All right. And that confidence as well, as if it's, your own show. All right. And then you get to invite your family and that's your own show, but you also they also get to realize that they were an entrepreneur to do that in a way. They were able to handle business.
So the woman that's in every event and is in you're in every little corner, that means you're doing all these little small things that people are at, but don't notice that you're the one doing everything. That's crazy. So then that means that leads me to this young man over here. What are the things have you been reporting in the community or in the state, or what are some of the things that you've been doing that's been working for you after you just got out of high school, after you just paid for college? What are some of the things that you're doing now?
It's just I put my mind to what I wanted to do. Just started with a dream. Started, Stay
you sound like Biggie right now. Okay.
Started with a dream. That's what it really was. I started with a dream. I had a vision, and I started my own website, and it was just blogging in the beginning. It was just blogging for the first regular season last year.
They said no, nerds be blogging.
No, blogging. I mean,
so what is blogging to the people who've been under a rock for the past 10 years? What is blogging?
Being on the beat with a certain criteria, certain sport, just giving updates and just putting out little features.
No, so blogging is what?
Just on the computer,
okay,
just giving audience
okay, I get that, but what is blogging to the old person that's been underneath a rock for the past 10 years? What is blogging?
It's just having an audience that's on the computer, on the internet, and you guys chat, do group chat, just inform each other on things going on. Like I said, certain criteria, certain sports, certain athletes, certain subject, anything. But it's just constantly giving the updates and just giving insight on those particular things.
So, well, since you're reporting, you do a lot of reporting with college football. What do you think about the players getting paid?
Yeah, that's a big deal.
You think that players should get paid? Come on now.
Well, if they do finally
I said,
pass
hold up,
the right,
baby, they ain't hold up. You tiptoeing.
I feel
should the players get paid?
Well, you have to break it down to
break it down
for what? For starters, or you get paid for riding a bench?
No, I think what they're doing out in California, people's revenue from their jersey sales,
right?
Stuff little small stuff. I don't think it's really big things, but if you're a quarterback and your jersey is selling a gazillion jerseys because you're the star quarterback,
right?
Do you get they're saying you can get a certain percentage?
Well,
of that.
yeah. There should,
so what do you think about that?
There should be no reason why, when Johnny Manziel came to Texas A&M, I mean, he made that program, upgraded everything, right after his little season. Kyle Field expanded to over 100,000 seating capacity. He brought millions of dollars to the university. Robert Griffin III, when everybody used to have the game called NCAA football.
Okay.
He the one that went forth and was I'm not getting my rights off this game. I'm on the cover of it, but I'm not, receiving no monetary, issues off the game. So
Lynn, I'm gonna bring it back like Jeezy. Do you think that college football players should get paid?
Yes, in some capacity, but it's a gray area because once you start acting, you got to break it down.
Yes.
But what do you talk about? All athletes? I mean, because there's certain sports that really don't bring revenue to the universe. Women's soccer or
but again, I think California. But I think California, we're stating they brought up jersey sales. Or any type of sale that an athlete is generating they're thinking that the athlete should get a percentage of it. I think that's what the premise.
I think that's right.
What
though,
the premise? What the premise of what their legislation was.
Right. I don't see no problem with that, but I just feel sorry for all the people that was beforehand that came before these players.
Right.
That didn't get paid. Like, come on now, Deion Sanders' jersey wouldn't be selling for Florida
but
State. Tommy Frazier's jersey wouldn't be selling for Nebraska.
But that's like old school rappers complaining about not making that money nowadays, even though they laid the foundation. They laid the foundation, and it is what we're talking about it now.
Right.
So Deion Sanders laid the foundation. But somebody got to get paid, and I think college players personally should get paid.
It's just sad that when like the players are getting in trouble for getting extra benefits, you get a slice of pizza, or I got this tattoo for free, but that's like a violation of the NCAA rules, or just any little thing. Someone took care of your bill at an expensive steakhouse.
You're damned if you
that's
do.
Like what?
Or damned if you don't.
For just being a little student athlete. We all poor when we student athletes. Come on now.
So I me personally, if you're out there listening to this podcast, college people, pay your athletes. And they're saying, well, we were paying them through scholarships. Okay, that's cool, but you're still getting a gazillion dollars off of this quarterback,
right?
Off this running back, off this guy. So you know what? Break bread. That's all I'm saying. Break bread, right? So, what other things, man, besides college football, are you trying to get started for yourself, man? Because you don't. It's rare that you hear somebody will come out of the neighborhood and want to be a reporter off top. Right. But you started with your newspaper, and you here now. What do you plan on doing outside of college football or anything else? What are you trying to do, man?
I'm opening other outlets. I love the NBA. I love just sports in general. College football is stomping ground. That's my passion. So like it, I don't just do it like for the money or nothing. It's just that I love the sport, so it was just
just like that shirt you got on. You are from Nebraska, so you showing the world, hey, I'm from Nebraska, but just because I got a Husker shirt on.
Yeah, don't just label me just a Husker. Don't put me in a box, And I get that from a lot of my followers on my site if I'm reporting stuff on Nebraska.
But you tell them I'm from here. You know what I'm saying? I'm representing.
I mean, I got pride, in my home state.
You got it. You gotta have that.
But it's definitely like made me the person I am today, and my work ethic is like second to none. I'm out here. I just want to like say to any of the youth out there, just never to give up on your dreams. No matter. I don't like taking no for an answer. And I'm all about just paving my own way. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I think with what I'm doing now, just starting from just watching the games on TV to I'm up in the press boxes, I'm interviewing the coaches, I'm interviewing the players. They feed us well up in the media. And when you do a good job for these different programs, they invite you back. So like. I go cover Colorado
that's dope.
games.
So if you are into sports and you're not an athlete, that means that you can still be involved with sports by doing what you're doing.
Right.
And that's what,
And it's just, it's only going to continue to build even more as I get more out here and my name out here. I was at the Quick Lane Bowl in Detroit covering last season, covering Minnesota and Georgia Tech. And I told this one kid that had this Georgia Tech gear on, I was like, yeah, you should check out my website and everything, this is what I'm doing. I started walking back up the stairs to the press box. He came and got me back down. I was like, hey man, bro, I done been on this website. He's like, I done seen this before. I was like, oh, cool. That was just a message to me, a sign to me that like, hey, my hard work's starting to pay off. Like I'm getting out here.
And with the internet, you never know who's watching.
Right.
To me, the internet is the gift and the curse. It's the gift and the curse. And me and my boy always talking about it all the time. About the internet being the gift and the curse. And in some instances, like with you,
right?
The guy said, "Oh man, I've been on this site before. I didn't even know it was you, huh?"
Right? Didn't even know it was
me. It was you.
Feel good. Let me know, like just like I don't know. Everybody's getting the message. Like it's all about the content that I have on my website. It's I just got tired of looking.
What makes your content different from anybody else?
Because it's not watered down like on ESPN. You don't get to hear like, oh, Desmond Howard and Kirk Herbstreit on College Game Day, boys. You get real exclusive content from me. When I interview the players, I kind of like really look deep down at the individual behind the shoulder pads and the helmets. Like I did a story on one of the Colorado linebackers, Nate Landman. People didn't know this was, a white boy, that's from Africa, Zimbabwe, and he came here as a,
is that the rugby player? Didn't he play rugby before he got here, or am I thinking of someone else?
You might be right. I'm not sure, but all I know is that he's here. He's an all Pac-12 linebacker. Played good, man. Had 14 tackles in a game against Nebraska a couple weeks ago.
But, but if anybody coming playing from rugby,
right?
No pads on.
Oh yeah.
You get pads on, you trying to get it.
Oh yeah, you already know. Like that's just they do it up in Canada. That's a big deal up in Canada. But that physicality, it should just translate easy into football.
Easy when we having pads on. All right. You know what doesn't translate? She put her hand up like she in class.
Okay, she had a question for me.
It's all good. That's what the mic is for. What's your question? This is what this is about. What's your question?
I did straight up in my head.
Hey, put your hand like we in class. What is it?
Wondering, because my company, Range Arts Collaboration and Range Production, are you looking for like other writers? Like, do you just do your
right?
Yeah,
like so right now
that's a good question.
I'm a one-man team right now. I do everything. I do the maintenance on the website. I handle the social media part. I take the photos. I'm traveling to the different college towns, talking to the players, the coaches. I'm attending the games, covering the games. Like I do it all. But yes, when it's getting so big now, it's hard to even run by myself. Like I do need different people
help.
in different parts of and then I need to expand even my page even more because I got so many Husker followers, so many Cyclone followers, so many Hawkeye followers, so many Penn State followers, and then when I put out certain material on certain teams, certain player, other fans they're like, well, we don't want to hear about Iowa. They just beat us last year. But it's like, how do you keep everyone satisfied?
So, Landon, stop it. How can people get in touch with you, man? If you need that help and you got people that are out there qualified and you think that it might be able to help you somewhere down the line,
I'm all about
how can people get in touch with you?
Stay alive and power5@gmail.com. You give me on the DM on Instagram on the website's page. Yes, 402-590-4254. That's the phone number. But definitely, I'm all about giving opportunity to anyone out in the community that need their voice or looking for just a way to get into the area. So that's what it's all about. I got a guy that's on the radio. I mean, these people are all looking for opportunities. It's like I want to be the Barry Gordy, and then he was like have the Smokey Robinson as a talent, and then just have that umbrella of young journalists, and there's some journalists here, man. There's some.
You want to be that Rihanna?
Hey, ain't no wrong with it, but yeah, definitely got a vision, bro. Definitely got a vision.
That's dope, man.
That's eventually what I want to get to.
Yeah, well, I'm eventually trying to get to Katie Rain over there. What you trying to do? To actually break it down, what are you trying to do in our community to wrap everything up? All right.
So what I'm trying to do in our community is basically what I've always been doing. Like I said,
that's what
I'm trying to continue to be a model myself.
Okay.
I love being a radio host and letting that be a platform that's kind of iffy and up in the air. But when it comes to Rain's Arts Collaborative and Rain's Production, what I'm specifically trying to do for that is provide not only platforms but also guide artists if they need that guidance.
Is your organization nonprofit? Is it nonprofit?
LLC.
Yeah, it's not, or is it for profit?
It is.
Okay, but there's nothing wrong with that. But eventually, are you trying to get into nonprofit?
I am. I'll eventually try to venture there. Yes. Working with Love Jazz and Art Center, that kind of showed me a few things about nonprofits to where I did decide to make mine an LLC to start out with. But anyways, like I said, I'm just here to provide a platform. So I'm an event designer and I'm an event planner, an event producer. So I can produce events, but I also know the back end of it, the importance of what you need to be an artist, to get heard. And you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, the importance of PR, the importance of your packaging and putting that together. Let's not just be an Instagram model. Like, do you actually have a portfolio that you could send through via email, via text? You know what I'm saying? I guide artists in that manner. And I don't just work with models. The models that I work with, basically I'm working with Voface and we're producing. You would think I was an agency because I booked all these models and this.
Is that where you want to eventually go? Being an agency?
Where I want to eventually go is to have an arts university that sprouts around the world. that can get you anywhere. So like I went to Oxford, and like sometimes that's seen as
I'm kind of jealous of that.
That's what I'm saying. that can be seen as.
I went to Oxford.
Yeah, I went to Oxford, and dog, our accent is hilarious.
Hey, that
They're
is
like,
did it freak you out to hear black folks talk
like that?
Talk proper.
Yes.
No. But it always
because we get that.
It's
here
always
in
interesting.
Nebraska,
okay.
To be honest with you, because I've traveled around the United States, and they think
people think you talk proper.
It's either or.
Country.
It's country, right?
They're like,
it's either
why you talk so country? No, I actually talk proper
right.
English.
It's either country or proper or mixture, and that's basically what they said in Oxford.
That's funny.
And they're like, basically, I just want to say this real fast. They're like, yeah, do our accent. They're like testing us, and they're like, okay. And we're like, well, what do we sound like? And they're like, I want to go to Nebraska. I want to do this. I was like, I did not sound like that.
They don't want me to go over there because I would have been like, do you want some crumpets? Do you want crumpets?
Dude, I went to tea parties. No, that actually, like, something that I'm doing now with my own show. It's like bringing in the ladies and doing tea parties. I actually got inspired at Oxford.
Hey, I'm not mad.
I went to tea parties and we were drinking out of cups.
My fingers are messed up. Okay, from a lot of physical activity.
Yeah.
My fingers are all busted up. All right.
But yeah, after everything's realized, I want it to be in a university type of thing here where things are accredited, but not a university. It's going to be a high school.
Okay.
And basically, it'll let you reach out all around the world, and then the world will come to us. And there's already things happening, like it's above me. You know what I'm saying? So it's not just about Range Arts Collaborative. So there's all these things that are actively happening that will enhance that. Able to happen, but it's like just having that. Like I just vision this.
But for a long time, and I see people with visions like that. Like I know we know the same person. Michelle, Michelle Troscliffe.
And a lot of people tell me to stop thinking like this, and I'm like, nope. And that's why you see me in the cut. It's like sometimes I need to just do what I need to do, but I know what the plan is, and I'm not stopping.
But just keep doing what you're doing.
Right.
Seriously, because
and like I was saying, I have all these connects around the world already.
But yet you stay in Omaha to make sure that we have
dream.
an essence,
our dream
of our own, huh?
And that's actually my motto, Range Arts Collaborative. The world is our runway. Okay. The world is our canvas. Together we are stronger. So it's kind of simple.
Oh, okay. That's deep. Wow. And just to think. She came in here looking like Grace Jones. I thought I was gonna get something different, but you did
I'm kind of curious.
And if you are, Google Grace Jones, okay? She reminds me of Grace Jones, which is she was a beautiful black woman. Okay?
What did you think you were gonna get? I'm just curious.
What did I think? I thought I was gonna get not what I'm getting now. Seriously, what I'm getting now is something that I think that we all need. Is to know our essence, and it's weird that you say that because a lot of people don't know their own selves.
Right.
Like even with you, Lynn, no one knows their own selves.
Right.
You and with me, I kind of knew what I wanted to do even as a kid, but a lot of people out there don't, and that's why we need this information that we're putting out right now.
Right.
Because people need to know they can be the reporter.
Right.
They can be the events planner.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And they can get educated like you guys did,
right,
and bring it back to our neighborhood.
Right.
So that I appreciate you guys doing. And seriously, that's why I have people up to the show because I care about our neighborhood. I care about where we're from and how people perceive us in that way. So again, man, how can people get in touch with you, Lynn? If they need help, they want sports advice, if they want to holler at you, how can people get in touch with you, man?
Well, like I said, website stayalivepower5.com. You can hit me out on the Gmail at stayalivepower5@gmail.com. You can DM me on Instagram, Stay Alive Power 5, also on Facebook, on Twitter. Yeah, talk to me. I'll talk back, you know.
Okay.
So I'm always open to everything. You know?
Oh, you're not a stripper, are you?
No, definitely not. Let me take off the little blazers. Definitely not.
I'm just making sure.
Hey, no, I'm good, man. You know. So.
Okay, Katie, how can people get in touch with you?
Okay.
She's like, okay. Okay, how do I recover from that? But how can people get in touch with you?
So you can definitely always get in touch with me from katierain.com.
Okay.
Or katierainbusiness@gmail.com.
Okay.
That's my email. I always respond to email. I'm such a professional. Like my LinkedIn is
On fire.
no, really.
I see it. No, I see it.
Dog, I actually saw my sister-in-law. She works for LinkedIn headquarters. I did a LinkedIn global photo shoot.
I've DJ for LinkedIn before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So dog, their company's like really dope.
Yeah.
But they only
Horizon
shot in
Media,
Omaha,
yeah.
Chicago, and England, and it's a global thing.
Yeah, and they
I
have home
shot
base here. They have a home base here. Yeah.
And so, but it was like a global thing, and I kind of don't think the Malcolm X Center knows how deep that was because we shot it there.
Well, again, people if people
I
don't
threw
know,
the bag at them.
if people don't know,
I didn't
people
keep
not
the
gonna
bag
grow.
to myself.
People, if people don't know, people won't grow.
Well, I don't want to say the entire Malcolm X.
Okay, well, not it don't have to be the entire. It can be a certain population of people who don't have the information. Even though we have the internet, people don't have that information.
Right.
I just don't think
You know?
that
Everybody's not on there.
Yeah, but that was global. But anyways, I said that.
That's all good. No, it's cool.
But
It's cool.
katierainbusiness@gmail.com, and that is KATIERAINE business@gmail.com. And I will be back on social media. I'm currently taking a break so I can hone in on some of the projects that I have going on.
Do you have
so
too
that
many,
can translate?
do you have to sometimes bring yourself in for having too many projects? You know what I'm saying? Sometimes.
In the past, I have.
Or do you manage it? You
I manage it very well now, especially since I have an intern.
Okay.
God, he's like life-saving. But
That the supermodel that came to the school tour.
That's
with
not
her?
my intern.
No, he's not. No, he's just a supermodel.
he's an artist. Yeah. Well, I love how you call him a supermodel. And he loves it too. What's his name? Will
Will what?
Peters.
Okay, and he's one of your models.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because
And
Will came to one of our school tours.
Yep.
And actually helped out with the Culture Shot School Tour. And I have to give him a big up on the podcast. Man, Will, thanks. Man, I'll be looking for those videos soon. All right, but thank you.
And you'll also be hearing about what he's doing soon. So again, that's an artist that I'm working with. He's not only a model, he's realizing his essence and who he can be as a businessman. So his brother passed away a few years ago. He actually went to Benson. He was actually there.
You damn bunnies, boy, are everywhere.
No,
just like the bunnies, are everywhere.
We multiply.
Okay. No, see? That's our thing.
Boo,
No.
be up.
Whatever. Universal love. Okay. So he's starting an organization.
Okay.
For his brother, and he'll be, of course, modeling and things, but he's not just a model.
Okay.
He's wanting to do something for the community, and he's using, but he's.
I've noticed
that energy.
Okay, but I've noticed that a lot of people I've interviewed already do a lot for the community. Do multiple things.
Right.
Virtual Night, AK, guys like that who they do a lot of things for the community. I think that's
one of his mentors.
Yeah, see, so it's crazy, huh?
Yeah. So. He has a gym and all that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Virtual, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
And he takes
so
notes
we're
from
all
him.
connected. We're all connected.
Right.
We're all connected.
Right. So, anyways, you can find me right now through my email. Please get in touch if you were interested in anything I talked about. If you're an artist, if you want to be included in Arts Expo, if you're a designer, that is a showcase for designers, for visual artists, and for models. So again, katierainbusiness@gmail.com if you're interested in that platform of Arts Expo. And that is basically your own show. We highlight one designer, we highlight one artist, so it's not bombarded with things.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And then if you have a child that's interested in doing something like Arts Expo, that's what my own show is. And then I have Glam Squad events going on.
Okay.
So you can just basically email me to ask me more about that.
You're a woman of the
And
people.
then OMA
A woman
Beat
of the
Battle.
people.
Right. If you're a producer, if you're interested in possibly being, I pretty much have all my judges because that needs to be set in stone.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if you're interested in volunteering for anything, again, KatieRainBusiness@gmail.com.
If I come to your beat battle,
You're a judge.
You better have food.
You're a judge.
You better have food. Okay, I'm a judge. You better have food.
You and Shorty
you
are
better
coming back.
have food. All right.
Right. See, but that I appreciate that. That's an enhancement.
You better have food. All right. But here
We had all the drinks for you.
Here is the final question that I have for Katie Rain. All right, you came to the studio, and again, you're a model. You know, you're pretty. You're great looking woman. But number one question I'm gonna ask you: did you do a number one or number two?
Oh no, he did.
When you got to the studio, I know you were in the bathroom for a long time, and you thought about number one or number two.
First off, he doesn't know how long I was in the bathroom.
He wasn't
even here. He wasn't even here when I got here.
You was there for a long time.
He wasn't even here when I got here. When I got here, I was waiting for him. So he don't even know how long I was in the bathroom.
Okay, and on that note, we're gonna appreciate everybody.
I was doing a number one.
Okay.
I have a rhythm.
Okay. Oh.
And I do that
Okay.
when I wake up.
Okay. Everyone has their rhythm. Everyone has their rhythm. Okay, Lynn's not a stripper.
No,
okay?
not a stripper at all.
You got a rhythm in the morning, and we appreciate it for checking out the podcast. Until next time, we appreciate everybody watching. All right, next time. See y'all later.